Now, we all have people we're fans of, like either musicians or actors or singers, whatever. But when you create these kind of cringy things, I don't know, I think that may be taking it a tad bit far. What's up, guys? My name's McNally and welcome to my channel. I've been, stuck in the house like many people and have needed an outlet, to entertain myself because, you can't, TV is boring and, the news is all scary and everything. So I decided to not go on YouTube and not go on Instagram, but to go to Tumblr. Now, I've never had a Tumblr. I've never felt the need to create a Tumblr, but I knew a lot of people who had Tumblrs. And wow, if you have ever just wanted to fall into a pit of just weird stuff, Tumblr is definitely the place to go. While in my, expedition through Tumblr, I found this thing called Imagines. Now, what Imagines are just simply images of famous people, anybody really, and these kind of made up quotes or small scenarios that they put on there. Kind of like fan fiction if fan fiction was just like condensed into 3 very scary sentences. And so I started just going through these and I thought, wow, people actually think of this kind of stuff. That is some scary So I went through and picked out some of my favorites to share with you guys, and let's get into it. Now, before I begin, I do stream on Twitch every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you guys want to jump in and come by and hang out with me and chat, so definitely come by. The link will be in the description down below, along with all my other social media. So I guess let's start. Now, I do have to give out a shout out to Tumblr because they had a huge amount of just Imagines, which apparently One Direction, some Korean boy band named EXO, and, Shawn Mendes seem to be the bulk of these Imagines. Like this one, for instance. Imagine Louis throwing a grape at you with a playful smile. You decide to throw one back at him, but you miss, so he starts laughing at you. I know.
I threw up.
But just keep listening. You get so upset you throw the entire plate at him, knocking him unconscious. Talk about 0 to 60 in like 3 seconds. Can you just imagine seeing a couple? It doesn't even have to be someone famous, just like playfully throwing stuff at each other, and then it gets so bad that the girl just takes a whole bowl, throws it at the guy, and he's knocked out unconscious. I'd love to meet the person made this. What kind of scenario were they thinking? Also, it kind of makes me want to know what happened after. Do they still get together? Do they reconcile? Are they forever apart? I guess when they say love is kind of a weird thing, they weren't joking. They also kind of go into the weird. Imagine you have an eyebrow transplant. When you come out, you can't find Harry. The doc says, who do you think gave you the eyebrows? Now, is this supposed to be creepy or romantic? Also, has anyone ever heard of an eyebrow transplant? These are the questions I'm asking myself. I may be thinking a little bit too much into this, but still, what kind of screwed up mind do you have to think of that as a romantic scenario? And the picture, I'm sorry, but there is no one on earth who looks good without eyebrows. He looks like some weird alien life form. Imagine Louis and Zayn taking you to go smoke some marijuana with them and then sex. I'm gonna take a shot in the dark here and say that you were on marijuana when you wrote this. And I just love the simplicity of it. Marijuana and then sex. That's all I want from you. No long-lasting relationship, no, getting to know you. There's almost a simplicity to it that is just kind of poetic. Then they get kind of really violent. Like this one. Imagine you and Harry Styles are going to a romantic beach dinner to watch the sunset night swim. After dinner, you head back to the hotel to change into your bathing suit. While you're walking to the pool area, you trip. Now Harry starts laughing as you fall and break your neck. Because what's more funny than you falling and breaking your neck? Either Harry Styles has a really vindictive nature and just hates people, or I'm missing some weird One Direction / weird kink thing that people have online. Now, as I said before, they aren't only One Direction related, like for instance Shawn Mendes. You confront Shawn Mendes about making out with Camila Cabello. He starts to cry. Babe, oh my gosh, I would never, but you did. You retort. Shawn Mendes starts crying and runs out of the door, an emotional mess, but slips on wet pavement and gets ran over by a car. I can't tell, do the people that make these like the celebrities or don't like the celebrities? Here's one having to do with the Korean band EXO that I mentioned before, who I know nothing about, but imagine these boys on your school walking in the hallway and Minghao is the alpha male and Sugwon as the water boy. If I just saw a bunch of random Korean guys just walking in my school all dressed the same, I would have a few questions. One, did I miss the memo where we all had to dress up like each other? Two, we must have gotten a huge ton of Korean exchange students. They also include YouTubers, which I think is kind of weird. For instance, Markiplier has made it into an Imagine. Shocker there. Imagine you and Mark were playing a rage game. Have no clue what that is, but okay. Whilst Skyping, after he died, again, he began raging, all one word right there. You laughed and said, "I love you." Then he, again, all one word, went silent, stopped raging, and looked at the camera like this. Now, Markiplier is a really amazing content creator, but when I think of Markiplier, I don't think of like, oh my gosh, him raging. So appealing to me. I think of it more as funny, not romantic, but perhaps I'm not the audience for this. Now, if you thought Tumblr was the only place you could find these, there's also a bunch of them on Instagram. Actually, there are whole Instagram accounts devoted to bad and cringy imagines, which makes this video even easier for me because it means more content. After Harry just made you breakfast, babe, where are your pants? Harry, what did you think was in the oatmeal? I'm sorry, but that's a level of just really disgusting that I feel all bands have that like section of fandom. Like, how are these getting worse and worse? If any of you remember the YouTube rapper Maddie B, I just remember him as a little kid that used to rap songs that were edited for kids and were just never sounded really good. Maddie B hits you with a lacrosse wand and you die. I'm like just trying to like struggle to think here. Are they just supposed to be funny? Are they supposed to be romantic? Are they just supposed to creep people out? Because if so, the third one they've definitely got down. Now here's a big one, again about One Direction, because that seems to be the majority of these. Imagine you got the chance to interview the boys. While the boys are already in the room, you'll be interviewing them in two. You're still outside the studio feeling nauseous and shy. They're ready, the director calls out. You breathed in and out feeling confident. You slowly open the door and wave to them. Then you see Harry, Zayn, and Louis' expression like this. And then you have one like this that are just so weird. Imagine Niall kissing you and then moving behind your ear, kissing all down your neck. You moan his name, suddenly feel a sharp pain in your throat. Niall's a vampire and just put his fangs in you. Plot twist right there. Who would have thought that Niall Horan from One Direction was really a vampire sent to suck the blood of every teenage girl, and they would all totally be into it. I don't really know how to set this one up. It's just one that has to be read. Imagine you and Ed Sheeran were going to bed at 3 a.m. Ed went doo-doo in the bed because it was Taco Tuesday night all over your leg. No kink shaming here, but I mean, there are some kinks that you just need to like keep to yourself. Here's one about Brendan Urie, who is the lead singer of Panic at the Disco. You and Brendan have been in a relationship for a year. It's Christmas time and you anxiously wait to see what he gets you this year for the holidays. A necklace, bracelet, concert tickets. The special holiday comes and you wake up to him straddling you. In his hands he holds deodorant and shoves it down your throat. Who thinks of this stuff? Like, seriously. Oh great, we have another Ed Sheeran one because you know these are so amazing. You are playing the game where you throw a ball at the pins. It's Ed's turn. He swings his hand back and throws the ball at your face. Okay, I'm gonna go out on a limb here that if you subconsciously know Ed Sheeran's not gonna like you, you probably shouldn't even approach or be near Ed Sheeran, because most likely what you're thinking in your mind is what's gonna happen in the real world. You know, and Ed Sheeran seems like such a nice guy, but apparently he craps his pants and throws balls at people's faces. Oh, and here we have another YouTuber, a favorite YouTuber of mine. Imagine Curtis Connor blowing a fat jewel cloud in your face while throwing his pants in the oatmeal. Honestly, the more tamer of them all. If you were to see this one first, you would think, gosh, that's really weird. Why would anyone put that on the internet? Or why would anyone even think of that? But after what we've seen, the ones we've seen, this one seems to be the most normal one. I guess what you can learn from these is that everybody has something about them that is, I guess, kind of weird, and they should really take that and just put it down deep. We've seen One Direction a lot more than I've ever seen them when they were even popular than I have now. Like, I see them in a whole new light. Well, I hope that was a great dive into some of the weirdest fandoms and the cringiest content that we've ever seen here on this channel from the internet. I have a sneaking suspicion there will be more. I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to give it a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. And if you want to catch more, hit that subscribe button and that little bell notification. And in the comments, tell me which one is your favorite, or if you've ever found one that's kind of weird that you want to share. I look forward to seeing those. I'll see you guys next week with a brand new video.